That shot better have been worth it. Okay, so by now everybody has probably heard of the coronavirus, or COVID-19 as they now call it. And San Francisco is under lockdown right now. Well, shelter in place, which means we can go to a grocery store, get medicine, go to the doctor, or for a run-in and then come back. But we aren't supposed to be around other people to help prevent the spread of the virus. And it's only day 3 of 3 weeks of being in this house with nothing to do because nothing is open. Well, I guess I can also come up here to get some fresh air, but I need something to occupy my time. So I thought, why not make a vlog episode that's coronavirus themed? Okay, so the idea is to make a photo of all the things that you can do, like while being bored, being quarantined in here. So I'm gonna take a bunch of pictures, like in the bed, going through the closet, in the chair, in the doorway, looking at the TV, and Photoshop those together. So I have to set up with a few lights. Thankfully it's a sunny day, so we have plenty of light coming in. I'm not the best at Photoshop, so we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna try my best, so don't judge too hard. Let me start setting up and take some pictures. All right, this is gonna be quite the process by myself. Got the camera set up, wanted to keep the aperture open so everything's in focus, but the ISO low, so I think it's set to like 1/10 of a second shutter speed. And I guess let's get started. All right, we are going for 10-second timers, multiple photos. This is gonna be a process. I keep moving the camera and I gotta retake the pictures because if not, the frame won't be all the same. This is becoming more difficult than originally anticipated. Who would sit this close to the TV anyways? It's right in front of me. This has turned into me just running around back and forth to beat the timer to get pictures. I thought it was gonna be one picture for each kind of scene I'm trying to create, but I have to keep doing it. It doesn't keep coming. I'm trying. All right, I think that's good enough. There's another shot I want to get. This one's gonna be really interesting. It's kind of like a lot of memes that you've been seeing on the internet. Let's move to the living room for that one. Okay, now I'm in the living room. Here's the setup, the light, the camera, and the toilet paper. So the idea is I'm gonna take a whole bunch of pictures of myself, different outfits. So it's gonna take a long time. It's gonna be a process. And then Photoshop them all together. It's gonna be like a whole bunch of people that like an apocalypse for the toilet paper. Everybody just reaching for the toilet paper. It's gonna be a process. So many pictures on this one, and my Photoshop skills are not up to par for this kind of task. You learn from error, right? Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Shot 1 is gonna be easy peasy. Not bad at all. This is gonna come out pretty well. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the end of this. You pretty much get the process, a whole bunch of pictures of me, different shirts, trying to just grab the toilet paper. I'll meet you after Photoshop, I guess. Better pick this up. It's a big commodity nowadays. So that photo shoot took so long, somewhere around 2 hours just to get 15 usable photos, and then a few more hours in Lightroom and Photoshop. So once I got the photos into Lightroom, I just wanted to do it the fastest way possible, so I just edited one photo, copied and pasted those settings to all the photos from the same scene, and then to Photoshop we went. And then Photoshop is what took the longest time, because when I was taking the pictures, I kept moving around the camera every time I would hit the shutter button, which meant that the framing of the photo, of each photo was slightly off. so I couldn't blend it in together as easily as I hoped to. So that took a little bit more time. But after a few hours, I finally got it. And like I said, I'm not a professional at Photoshop, not even intermediate. Very beginner. My first attempt at something like this, and I have to say I think they came out pretty well, for me at least. So let's take a look at them. Okay, so first we have the photo that's supposed to represent everything that I do to keep myself entertained during this situation. And since the me's weren't really overlaid with each other all that much throughout the different photos, this one was a little easier to blend in together and get into one photo. I really liked how when I was throwing the clothes out of the closet, I had multiple attempts at that. So I photoshopped multiple shirts into the photo, creating this better effect of me throwing all this clothes out of the closet. So yeah, I think this photo came out pretty well. I like it. I'm not upset with it in any kind of way. I think it's pretty good. Okay, now let's move on to the second one, which is the one that I'm personally excited for and took a lot more work. So I did have to overlay the me's more on this photo, but I still liked how it came out. I actually really like how I got myself running down from the stairs as I almost broke my face because I fell right after that. But I got that great shot of like that action shot of someone just coming for that toilet paper. So that was actually really fun to shoot that shot. It took me a few tries to get that one, but it was all worth it. The guy on the upper left with the jean jacket was a little more tricky because he was getting in the way of the guy underneath him. So I just had to like move him up a little bit and Photoshop him to look like he's pouncing over the guy underneath him. I think maybe if I shot the picture differently, it would have came out a little better, but I think for what it is, it came out decently. That was my only complaint with this one, but everything else I think turned out pretty well. Overall, I'm really happy how these came out, especially for my first time. I'm really excited to keep working with Photoshop in the future and improving on my skills. But let me know what you guys think of these photos, these coronavirus themed photos and everything that's happening nowadays. Let me know down below. Please consider liking or subscribing. I'll catch you guys next time.